Last Black Friday, I was able to deploy over 6 figures into profitable products to sell on Amazon, and in this video, I'm gonna walk you through several strategies that worked really well for me to help you grow your Amazon business fast. And if you're interested in working directly with me to maximize Q4 and the holiday sales rush, I'm gonna leave a link down below in the description for my coaching program if you're interested in direct access to me to make sure you maximize your sales. The first strategy that was incredibly helpful for me, specifically with Merchant Fulfilled, which is the catalyst of a lot of major growth during December, is selling on products that have multiple listings on Amazon. But what do I actually mean by this? So if we search here and go Nike black sportswear hoodie on Amazon, we can see there's several items that pop up that are actually the same product on Amazon. Now, I don't know why this is the thing. We can see the titles are slightly different. However, if we look at the picture, we can see these are two separate Amazon listings right here. One that has 475 views and one that has almost 5,000 views, and it's the same picture, right? So what's cool is if we actually look at these listings, we can see there's a black small on this listing that has a 10,000 rank, 1,500 estimated sales per month, and is buy boxing at 77 with 7 sellers. And then if we go to this listing, we can see there's a black small that's buy boxing about 80 bucks with 9 sellers. That's a 4,000 rank that if we look here is a different ASIN. Right? So the key here is with FBM, what we could actually do in this case is say we had 10 units of this, put 5 on one ASIN, put 5 on another ASIN, and then split them around as need be, because for whatever reason, Amazon recognizes these as different Amazon listings. We can see they're both nicely listed in the Nike brand right there, and there's actually a third one right here that if we go here and hit Nike small, we can see it's another ASIN. This one has the best BSR of all, that's only 700. We can see the ASIN ends in CME, this one ends in YF8, and this one ends in 7LB right here. So for whatever reason, Amazon considers these separate items. However, us as sellers, we can very clearly look at the item in the picture and see that these are in fact the same item right here. And we can leverage this like crazy doing FBM and list stock equally throughout the different listings and then distribute them as need be, because we can see these all make sense from a velocity and profit criteria, although one is, obviously I don't know what we're gonna pay for this, but this one's 71, meanwhile the other ones are 80 right here. And certain times you run into multiple listings where for whatever reason certain size aren't listed on one, so it's not as applicable in that case. But for this specific one, we can see there's a small, extra large, and 4XL, and then on this one, yeah, there's no extra small, for example, but there is an extra large, there's some of the bigger size too, and then same thing on this one as well. So the whole multiple listing thing, I don't really hear anyone talking about it, but it's incredibly helpful, especially during Merchant Fulfilled time, because you don't have to commit to a specific listing in the same way you do that when you FBA something, because when you FBA something, you can't change the ASIN it's on. Meanwhile, with FBM, you can have a big pile of these hoodies sitting next to you and have them listed on a bunch of different ASINs at the same time and switch around that stock as need to be. This is also super applicable for products that have bundles. So if there's like a 2-pack and a 3-pack and a single pack on Amazon and all of them are profitable, you could have 20 of them sitting next to you and have that stock split up equally across the different bundles and then mix and match it as need be, which is incredibly helpful for maximizing profits. And we just don't get that type of diversity and risk reduction with FBA products. So keep that in mind as you're doing product research. The way you find items that have multiple listings is typically going to be reverse sourcing smart sellers that already understand this. And then the cool part is that you'd be able to actually look on these items and see if you can see some common sellers that are on multiple of these listings at the same time, which you are going to see as you're doing product research this way, as well as just if you ever have a product, it doesn't hurt just to type in the keyword and see what pops up on Amazon. This is also a good rule of thumb when you're listing products. Do not list them via scanning the barcode, list them via copying and pasting the ASIN in right here, because occasionally I see new sellers do this all the time. They'll end up listing products on the wrong listing, which actually isn't good because sometimes certain listings aren't good at certain buy costs compared to others. So I'd recommend always just copying and pasting the ASIN and to learn, but multiple listings is an incredible hack to maximize your profits, especially during Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and Merchant Fulfilled season. Another thing that worked incredibly well for me during Black Friday is actually knowing what products to buy in advance, and that comes from doing product research a lot prior, which obviously us all can do watching this 2.5 weeks out from Black Friday, and just staying organized, right? So if we take a look at this product right here, right, we can see right off the bat, this is an 84K rank, but if we go to the year-long Keepa chart, we can see this product performed incredibly well during December. We can see the price was like 20 bucks in mid-November, and then as we got into late November, early December, the buy box shot up to like 30 bucks, 28, right here throughout a good bit of December right there, and then we'd see a bunch of people bought this in December and we're like, oh man, let me FBA this, and then the FBA stock didn't end up checking in until later, and then the price went way down. But the people who were prepared to FBM this did really, really well right here. So this is important because it doesn't make sense to buy these and speculate that they'll go up. However, it does make sense to organize these using SellerAmp one-click export spreadsheets. So every time you see something that did really well in the past that went to the moon last December, which you're gonna see a lot as you use, you just go here and click one-click export this out to a SellerAmp spreadsheet right here, and then that item is gonna be waiting for us. We can see 11.7 right there. You can put a little note, went up to 28 last December right here, and that's an incredibly good way to stay organized and know what you're gonna buy in advance or what you're gonna source for in advance come Black Friday, because basically everywhere has some sort of discount. So if something's ever gonna be profitable, it's probably gonna be profitable during Black Friday. And we can see this is another example of that sort of item right here. If we go to the year long, we can see it went from right here, it was like low 50s, even as low as like high 40s, and then the buy box was right up around like the 60 range for a good bit of December. Right, so the nice thing is we can leverage this past data to be really prepared and have a good idea of what to buy going into Black Friday as well. And another really, really good way to source stuff is actually taking a look at who sold products at the most expensive in the past to find really smart sellers to storefront stock too. So if we go here and hit data, and then buy box statistics right here on Keepa, right? So now we can see who sold at what price, most expensive when, etc. Right? We can go from the 30 down to 365-day data right here, and then we want to go to average price and filter top to bottom to see who sold at the most expensive prices, because these are really smart people that took advantage of that last year. And we can see, look at all these prices for the most part, it's all in December. These are really smart people that took advantage of this last year. So these are great sellers to open up and reverse source, because we know that these guys are smart and they took advantage of stuff last year, so they're probably gonna have tons of good leads to go ahead and take a look at this year during Black Friday, during the best sourcing the entire year. Another great way to find stuff during Black Friday is actually cataloging stuff that's almost good, because everywhere is gonna have additional discounts. So a lot of stuff will either become profitable due to an additional discount or become profitable as the value goes up on a certain product, and you wanna have that equally spreadsheeted, similar to products that did well last year, products that are almost good within SellerAmp. So this is something I've been incredibly good at going into Black Friday, knowing what I'm gonna buy in advance, because you get to know these websites over time. So we can see this Carhartt beanie is right here for $11.17. Over on Amazon, the lowest price is currently $24. We can see that's very close to being good. And if this goes up, which it would make sense that Carhartt products would during Q4, if this goes up to even like 26 right here, now we're printing $5 a piece profit and a fantastic sales rank, right? And there's a decent chance that this goes even further because someone's already buy boxing FBM on this, even though it's only November right here. So items that are almost good, it makes sense to spreadsheet in SellerAmp as well, so that you can have a good idea of what to actually look for during Black Friday when these discounts touch down. Furthermore, a major catalyst of my growth as well in terms of actually being able to deploy tons of capital, it's not just finding good leads, but it's also buying a lot of good leads, which comes from a lot of testing to find which websites are bulk friendly. From my experience, for example, Dick's Sporting Goods is very bulk friendly, and then knowing when to go heavy on a product, which comes from a lot of testing, which for beginners is going to be, if you're getting started now and you're testing a lot now, you're probably gonna start to go heavy on stuff during the tail end of Black Friday and the holiday deals in like December 5th to the 15th, which are the best days of the entire year. But this is the type of product that I can see right here, $9.57. It's backed up seasonally because this is a beanie product and the weather's getting colder. We can see this already provides nice profit and has fantastic velocity, and it would make sense that the demand's gonna increase on this, and there's a chance that the price might increase with that as well. Now, as a beginner, right, as an advanced seller, I'm just speaking about what was most helpful for me, right, which going deep provides the outsized returns. But as a beginner, you want to get proof of concept and then hammer stuff. So as a beginner, it doesn't really make sense to go heavy on anything that hasn't already performed well for you. But the key is that most people don't know that a lot of Black Friday deals continue throughout late November, early December, and then a lot of products, especially big brands like Nike, Adidas, Puma, Carhartt, etc., they can be sourced from multiple websites. So a lot of products that aren't profitable on certain websites become profitable on other websites. And the nice thing is you can Google these products and see that Carhartt beanies are carried on a lot of different websites. So a lot of stuff that isn't good right now is going to become good during Black Friday and Q4 as a whole. So going deep on proven products is incredibly helpful, and it's really important to know when to go deep, and my best recommendation to you is that's going to be on items that have multiple listings, items that have already sold well for you, items where there's some specific edge that differentiates you from the competition, and overall the majority of your money is going to be made hammering FBM on really good proven ASINs. One other just absolute nugget here at the end is just an incredibly ninja way to get stuff further discount, and that's going to be the price matching policies at a lot of big retailers. So sometimes you'll find a good product on a smaller retailer, maybe they only have a couple in stock, or it's a website that order cancels heavy. A lot of people don't think to actually price match this at different websites, but a lot of different retailers offer price match policies, and it's always worth it to go into it. Like I remember last January, like I was walking around at Dick's Sporting Goods with a couple of my friends, and there were price matching sites legitimately everywhere. So they're clearly are interested in looking into it. And the nice thing is you can just see this, like if you just Google Dick's price match policy, you'll find this is another good way to make products profitable, which is finding products profitable at multiple websites, and price matching is an incredibly good way to do that, especially during Black Friday. If you guys have any questions about this stuff, please let me know down below in the comments. I'm happy to help. I'll be live streaming pretty much daily throughout the end of the year. I hope this stuff was helpful in terms of maximizing your Black Friday sourcing, and I'll see you in the next one.